view permission. I love it.
Hey, what's going on, Kevin? How you doing?
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. How are you? How's moving in going for you?
It's been extremely busy. TPM, thank you for the fresh sub. Yeah, it's been it's been challenging at times, but outside of the police department, everyone is excited.
Oh, classic.
Yep. But no, even that's looking good. I'm excited for the future of the LSPD.
Hell yeah.
A lot of things cooking over there. So, Kevin, can you start by introducing yourself to everybody, what it is you do and whatnot, like, what businesses you're running and whatnot, and then we'll kind of kick it off from there.
Yeah, sure. My name is Kevin Ram. I have my hands in a couple of baskets. Primarily right now, I'm a farmer. I have maybe one of the larger farming operations inside of the city. I operate out of the current Korean Plaza, hopefully soon to be the Kevin Plaza. We have a couple of buildings that are ran by me as well as other groups in the city. On top of that, I am the owner of Big Dog Noodles down at the food court. This week was like the first full week that I've had possession of it from the previous owner, and we hit like a record-breaking $700,000 in like gross revenue from the previous owner. It was like 200 to 300. Shit. Yeah, and this was with like 2, maybe 3 days during the previous storm where people just weren't around because of train issues.
Yeah.
So right now
just
we're
so you're
probably
aware,
slated
just
to
real
do
quick,
about $1 million next week.
We missed, I think, by a handful of votes, so we didn't cross the 400 voter line.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Does that mean the dream is dead?
No, we're still gonna make it happen, but
fantastic.
You're gonna have to help work with us.
Okay. Yeah, you tell me what
You know, we were
do.
off by 4 votes.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But anyway, sorry, continue.
But yeah, those are my 2 main projects right now. I'm eventually trying to expand to do something along the lines of a like crypto arbitrage, maybe some sort of commodity exchange. People, they pull up, they need something, whether it's lumber, materials, produce. There's a crypto value tied to that, and then we exchange it. That's like down the line. That's probably my next project after the mechanic shop that we're also trying to put at the Kevin Plaza. The mechanic thing is kind of like ready to go. I'm just trying to be a master mechanic myself so that I have the expertise to train the staff appropriately.
Can I stop you real quick? Where's the Kevin Plaza located?
Old Uwu Cafe Plaza, the current Korean Plaza. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I own like 80%, 75% of the buildings there at the moment. I tried to buy the arcade, but I couldn't.
How many properties do you own in that?
It's 4 of them. The purple one, the blue one.
Are they in your name?
Yeah.
Are they all commercial properties?
Yes.
What do you do in all of these commercial properties?
2 of them are farming. One of them is going to be the currency exchange, and the 4th one is going to be the mechanic stuff. And then my group has the coffee shop, the 5th one. But we're trying to work out a deal with the people who own the current coffee shop to see if we can acquire and potentially start servicing people out of that location. But that's like a little tricky because of time zones and stuff. But it's on the list.
Can you let the marshals know to come inside, Tilly? They should be right outside.
Yes.
But yeah, that's the short list of what I'm up to right now.
So Kevin, it's come to our understanding that you have not been paying your taxes.
I don't think that's the case. I pay my taxes all the time.
Every business needs to be paying 20%.
20%.
Yep.
All right. Well, where do I send the bill? Where do I send the money?
Well, the good thing is I'm just fucking with you. But did I make you freak out at least a little bit?
Well, I feel like if there was like a tax structure, and I would have heard about it at this point. So I was like, oh fuck, this is like a day one thing.
Yeah, no, there's
so I was getting ready to explain to everybody that hey, you got to start putting money away.
Yeah. So there's a couple things I want to look. There's a couple things we kind of want to chat with you with. and this is to help us get transparently. We're trying to hit a couple goals. One is get a better understanding of how things have been with the different areas of business that you're doing. How's it been working? Like, what's working? What isn't working? What would you wish for? Right. But then the next would be, how is it being a business owner? Same set of questions then. What is it that you need? Da, 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 da. But then the third one is going to be related to the taxes. And this is not to say that we want you to pay, but we want to have a conversation about they're going to come at some stage.
Right.
We don't know how or what's coming, but we want to have a kind of an open and honest conversation about it and get your input on how it can be done, what you think the rate should be, or any reasons for not having tax. And the reason why it would behoove you is that decision may not be coming from this office. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
all right, where would you like me to start?
let's start with let's go through your businesses, what's working, what isn't, or whatever.
Yeah, maybe I can throw a leading question your way.
Yeah,
Kevin?
please.
Yep.
So you've got a lot of operations on the go, it sounds like, which means you probably have a lot of people working directly for you, right?
Yeah, correct.
What's the most difficult part of managing the people aspect of it, including like paying the wages of the people who work for you?
No, it's fine. They left.
Okay, so on that front, back in the day, we had the ability to pay people directly from the app and the phone. That is not a possibility currently. Everything from keeping schedules to paying people out, it's all done via spreadsheets by hand. I got to go line by line, person by person, confirm wages, time, and then transfer that vis-a-vis the bank account. I have to pick up the money physically from senior buns, transport it to the bank. There's like a lot of steps that weren't a thing before, when the money just went straight into the account.
And that's a security risk too, right? Carrying, I'm assuming, large sums of money.
Yeah, it's a security risk. Like, I don't have any problems with that. Like, we could deal with the security. It's more like the logistics of having to like trust people to do the hours correctly, or set up like third party out of city functions to track people. I do think like a simple fix to this might be, if you work at the booth, let's say I could set the rate hour for hour for people who are working for me, and then the money that gets paid out to them gets paid out vis-a-vis tickets that I'm funding versus tickets that the state's
Yo, what's good on Izzy?
So I never have to like hand them money necessarily, but I could set their hourly rate. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in essence signing into the job and setting their pay rate.
Yeah, correct. And if I don't have money in my business for whatever reason, people aren't getting paid, then it's on me as a business owner to make sure that I'm taking care of my shit.
Yep.
If you are comfortable sharing this, how much do you make a week from your booth stall, your food booth stall?
So this was the first like full week that I had control over it, and we made $700,000 gross revenue, and we made about 300-ish K profit. The rest got divvied up for farmers, employees, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, so from that 7K, you covered your material cost. I'm assuming like your booth rental cost and your wages.
Yeah, everything was covered.
Gotcha.
By like a pretty significant margin.
Yeah, no kidding.
Granted, like we have maybe like 15 hours of the day covered.
Oh yeah, we've been cooking, man.
On top of that, we want to
make sure everyone
in the city who are buying in bulk,
in the city feels represented, and we make
opening the booth and kind of hanging out,
RP,
which is a big part of it. Don't get me wrong.
Decisions.
It's just not the only part. I actually think, all in all, the food market business is probably in a super, super healthy spot. As far as like what happens next, or what I would like to see, it would be cool if I could somehow rip that panel off the wall and then put it in like a larger facility somewhere of my choosing around the city, so I can get the benefits of like Goober and Hawkins and all that.
Yeah, you just want to move out and move up, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. Expand.
Yeah, we're I think there's a real obvious need for like people to actually open up a restaurant, right? In the facilities. We would love to see that. Um, and I think part of what we want to do is make sure we get input from all the right people to propose something up that makes sense, is beneficial, but in a way that, well, let me give you an example, right? I am very strongly feel that I would not like to see kitchen appliances show up in the tool shop because we'd end up with 50 restaurants, right?
Right.
Like motherfuckers have a buck coin, you know, like in the background, and they're just like making waffles for their gang, you know?
Yeah. I can see how that could be a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, I think like the compromise would be something more commercial grade. You know, maybe it goes to their mayor's office, and then maybe that's where you get the taxes, right? Because you guys are like issuing these appliances, and there are fees associated with it. It'd be a way for you to generate revenue.
Yeah, like I think the perfect thing would effectively be you put a business proposal in, and upon approving it, right? Because you know, like there's different like fucking, you know, bullshit, right? There's producer, consumer, that we could go and like tick one of those things, and boom, now Kevin can do this with this business.
Yeah.
1 second. Let me just take this. It's probably urgent, I'm assuming.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, baby?
Hey, you told me to talk to you about things if I have ideas.
Yes. Do you want to come through?
Sure. It's just a small thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll hear it out.
You want me to say it on the phone, or I can go down?
Either way, yeah, come through. It's fine. You can meet the rest of the crew.
All right, sounds good. I'll be there
in a bit.
All right, bye.
Kevin, can I ask you a question? Do you not think that you could use one of these commercial properties and actually start using your food that you do make at your food stall and change one of these commercial properties into a restaurant already, and then lease your food stall out to somebody who has not had the opportunity to open a food stall themselves?
I did not think about the leasing option, and I think the reason we wouldn't do that at this point is because the goober is so advantageous to the business's bottom line that to leave the food stall to then go to that location, there would have to already be a lot of things driving traffic to that place. But that's a part of the plan, right? That's why we're putting the mechanic shop there. That's why we want the coffee shop there. That's why we want these farms there and potentially the crypto exchange. Like we're trying to build that little, I guess, ecosystem, so that when the food does move, I don't have to worry about not having goober for them. I already have like 20, 30, 40, 50 people every like couple of hours who are going to need food in the vicinity. I think if I had the option to just like throw something on the wall, turn it on, and then people showed up at my door, then I would do it tomorrow. Like, absolutely. I'm also partly waiting for the spot that Old Du Cafe inhabited to come on the market. Just as like an homage to like what was there, to put something new there would be cool.
But wait, did you work at Ooh?
It was my favorite spot. Like I used to go there pretty consistently for pancakes. Like I don't know if you remember. That was like my thing.
Oh,
for a little bit at least.
Yeah. Pancakes are fucking good.
Yeah, or my comfort food.
Yeah. Okay.
Could I follow up? Do you mind?
Yeah.
Right.
So you talked about the logistics of managing the employees and the operation. What about things like the logistics behind sourcing the materials you need for your businesses? Like, what does that look like? Getting your ingredients and whatnot.
Okay, so the farming, I have a pretty sophisticated operation at this point.
Anonymous,
we do have the ability to run 24/7. The restaurant component is very tied
thank you
to
for the
me
support,
and,
boys.
like one or two other people, mostly because there's a lot of time and energy and resources that went into getting those seats to that point. So it's like hard to build that trust with people. That being said, it's not that bad. I would say the pain points are around the actual tools that we have at our disposal to undertake the process. So back in the day, if I'm not mistaken, we used to be able to like mass plant, mass gather, mass harvest. There was like rakes and stuff. I could be misremembering this, but that's more or less what was told to me.
No, it's right that you had a hoe and a tilling thing that you could use.
Okay. Yeah, so like there is so much time that we spend just like planting seeds at this point because of how many people we're providing for. It's painful. It's almost painful on a day to day. It would be nice
It
if there was a way
used
to like.
be. It used to be less. Trust me, this is way better than it
Oh,
used to be.
I remember one at a time cycling through all those plants. I don't think I would have lasted this long if that was
Yeah,
the way we had to do
makes
things now.
sense.
I do think that there's room for growth. Obviously, the tools would help. I want to scale up more. I think if our restaurant was open 24/7 and there was like an incentive for more people, especially if we spread out, right? Like people up in Plato, people up in
Mhm.
Sandy, people down south. I think if the farming got a little easier, my aging body, I think it'd be good. I don't
But
know if that's like a mayor thing or if that's yeah.
in terms of acquiring the ingredients that you're looking for, making those transactions,
personally
moving
think
the produce you're
that if a
purchasing
business
from,
is
the farm
approved
to your operation, though,
through the mayor's
everything
office,
is more
you
or less
get
manual, and
better
I'm sure there's
shit.
probably spreadsheets involved in that too.
Yeah, there are.
It allow. Oh my god, I'm gonna cook this in a
business
bit. I'll
specifically
tell
for
you what
me
I'm
is
thinking.
probably easier than like 90% of the other people who own food stalls because they don't have to go through anybody else. They do have to go through somebody else, right? I could just look at the fridge or somebody sends me the picture and I can stay on top of it and have a team of people that'll deliver, right? If they have to go to a third-party farmer who may or may not be around, who charges this price when they have something and this price when they don't, like it's probably more challenging.
Would you say
shit.
most restaurants are doing it in-house, or would you say
I would
most
say
of
they
them
all
are
work
sourcing?
towards it. I would say
Yeah,
they all
okay.
work towards it.
Okay.
Then they'll have like a drop off where this person or these people aren't able to deliver, and then they'll reach out to me or they'll reach out to other people like me.
Kevin, going
Gotcha.
back to the tax thing that you owed us, I was actually waiting for Flippy, so we're gonna need that 20% from your businesses.
I'm gonna have to talk it over with my people.
Could you give us just a second, Kevin? Our conversation's probably gonna go for a while, and Flippy, we just gotta talk to him just real quick. Could you?
Okay. Yeah,
just
sure.
5 minutes, and we'll be done
All right.
and done. Yep.
Yep.